Monbe was a man of modern ambition. He had studied hard, secured a respectable job in the city, and surrounded himself with influential friends in high places. But despite all his efforts, success seemed to elude him. His colleagues at work received promotions. His childhood friends bought houses and started families. Yet, Monbe remained stuck. His career was stagnant and his relationships falling apart. His parents, cultural traditionalists, often invited him to visit his grandparents in the ancestral village, but each time he went, he refused to participate in their customs and tradition. He scorned their ancestral ways, rolling his eyes when they spoke of the orishas. He dismissed their festivals as backward superstitions. One year, during the Grand Ifa festival, his grandparents urged him to stay and witness the celebration. Monbe, his grandmother, said, "The ancestors are watching over you. You must not turn your back on them." He sniggered, "What can dead ancestors do for me, Mama? If they had any power, wouldn't they have made me successful by now?" His words hurt his grandmother deeply, but she said nothing. Monbe's misfortunes began to worsen. He was sacked at work. His longtime girlfriend left him. His influential friends turned their backs on him, and his health started to decline. Desperate and lost, he confided in his mother one evening, "Why is life so unfair to me, Mama? I work hard, yet nothing works for me." His mother smiled. "It is not life that is unfair, my son. It is you who have abandoned your roots. Let your ancestors guide you. Seek their counsel." With no other options, Monbe finally agreed to visit his grandparents again. And this time, he humbled himself and asked his grandparents for help. His grandfather wasted no time. "We must consult Ifa," he said. They took him to the village's high priest, an elderly man named Oluwo Famakinde. The priest cast the divination tool and studied the sign. After a long silence, he looked up at Monbe. "Ifa has spoken," the priest said. "The Oduifa Ejiogbe has been revealed. Listen to what Ifa says in this Ifa verse," the priest said, and he began to recite the Oduifa Ejiogbe. He said, "Abeni shenu gegegegeri, obi ìgbélẹ̀ sódẹ̀rẹ̀, adífá fún Monbe ọ̀pẹ tí ń ṣọmọ bíbí inú àgbọ̀mìrègùn, ẹbọ àìkú lawó ni ó wá mú ṣe, ó rúbọ, ẹbọ rẹ̀ dà, ó yin awo, awo yin Ifá, Monbe ọ̀pẹ, Monbe láyé, Ifá ò ní run, Monbe ọ̀pẹ, Monbe láyé, ayé ò ní run." "My son," the Ifa priest said slowly. "Ifa says you have neglected your ancestors and abandoned your spiritual path. The deities of your lineage are unhappy with you and they feel neglected. You are meant to pass the ancestral knowledge of your lineage to the next generation. This is one of the great things you have been sent here on earth to do. And until you honor them and learn the ways of your ancestors, your way will remain blocked." Monbe swallowed hard, his face filled with agitation. "What must I do, Baba?" he said. "You must reconnect with your roots," the Oluwo advised. "Venerate your ancestors, participate in the festivals, and embrace the ways of your forefathers. Only then will you have all-round goodness." Monbe obeyed. He joined the next Ifa festival, observing the sacred rites with sincerity. He soon learned how to pray to his ancestors, and he began to make offerings to them himself. Each time he performed these rituals, he felt something shift within him, like a locked door slowly creaking open, and joy began to fill his heart. Not long after, the miracles began to pour in. Out of nowhere, a company he had applied to years ago called him for a high-paying job in another state. Business opportunities came flooding in. Even all his influential friends, who was ignored him, began to reconnect with him. Monbe was in disbelief. Everything the Ifa priest had said was coming true. As his life blossomed, he also met a woman at one of the festivals, a beautiful, intelligent lady who shared his newfound appreciation for tradition. They fell in love, and soon they were married in a grand ceremony, blessed by his ancestors and attended by people far and wide. Now, when his grandparents called, he no longer ignored their invitations. Instead, he returned home with pride, standing beside them in ceremonies, his beautiful wife and daughter behind him, chanting the names of his forefathers and giving thanks for the wisdom he had once dismissed. He had learned the hard way that to move forward, one must first acknowledge where they come from. And so, Monbe's forgotten path became his road to greatness.